On November 6, 2020, Chicago rapper King Von found himself at the wrong end of a gun, and sadly, he couldn't pull through. It's been almost 2 years since the popular O-Block rapper passed away, and in this long while, his loved ones haven't stopped attacking the people responsible for Von's tragic passing. Unfortunately, rapper Quando Rondo seems to have gotten all the heat from this tragic incident, and the streets keep pointing fingers at Lil Durk for linking Quando Rondo to Von's hit. King Von's hit. The tragic passing of O-Block rapper King Von caused a serious rift in the rap industry between King Von's O-Block and OTF crew against NBA Youngboy's 4K Trey crew, simply because the people involved in the fight that took Von's life are members of Youngboy's 4KT crew. On November 6, 2020, King Von met his end in the parking lot of Atlanta's Monaco Hookah Lounge. The rapper and his goons had been in a fight with Quando Rondo and his crew members who were at the club on that fateful night. Unfortunately, the fight escalated beyond throwing punches. Several rounds were fired in no time, and unfortunately for King Von, he was hit. Von's guys rushed him to a private hospital before the authorities got to the crime scene. However, it had done much damage to the rapper, and it was difficult to save his life. King Von passed away in the hospital in the early hours of November 6th. In the past 2 years since the incident, fans of King Von have come to the conclusion that Quando Rondo and his goons took King Von's life. But the case had a different feel when King Von's best friend, Lil Durk, began attacking the people responsible for King Von's elimination. Lil Durk attacks Quando Rondo. Rapper Lil Durk has had an earful from fans who have called him out for not sliding for King Von. Even rappers like Tekashi 6ix9ine have called him out for not seeking revenge over his homie's hit. However, while people believe that Lil Durk hasn't been taking shots at Quando Rondo, the streets believe otherwise. In fact, many of the attacks that Quando Rondo has faced since the hit of King Von in 2020 have all been traced back to Lil Durk. Quando Rondo's first attack came a couple of months after King Von's hit in May 2021. Quando Rondo and his goons were attacked in Atlanta, Georgia, after he performed at a concert. According to reports from that fateful night, Quando was parked at a convenience store with his entourage when some hitmen pulled up on them and began firing at their vehicle. They were able to attack back before driving out of the convenience store. Investigation showed that the attack on Quando was a drive-by aimed at the rapper himself. However, no arrests were made. Fans couldn't help but trace the attackers back to King Von's incident. Lil Durk's name was still called after Quando was attacked in a similar fashion in August 2022. In August 2022, Quando Rondo was attacked at a gas station at La Cienega and Beverly Hills Boulevards. Quando, who was with his homie, Lil Pab, stopped to purchase gas when a white vehicle pulled up right in front of Quando's black Cadillac Escalade. Were fired from the white vehicle, causing Quando Rondo to drive out of the gas station. He was able to drive a few blocks away to West Hollywood, where the authorities were called. However, by the time the cops arrived, Lil Pab didn't make it, while Quando was without a scratch. Quando Rondo's fans couldn't help but call out Lil Durk for being involved in the tragic incident. Quando, on the other hand, revealed that he wouldn't be involved in any gang activities in LA, and he went on to drop his flag. Furthermore, he renounced his loyalty to every gang he'd ever been associated with, as he wrote, "I'm not jump out of gang either. Ain't no loyalty in that. I'm my own man. I lay my flag down. I'm not in H. Y'all ain't gonna ride for it, for real. There's no sense in me being a part of y'all." In the statement he released, Quando Rondo further revealed that he was laying down his flag because Lil Pab was taken out and they didn't get any protection. "I got too much weight on my shoulders. I'm standing on all 10. I love Pab like AF, but I'm not going to Cuz funeral," Quando wrote. "Nobody knows what I'm going through. I watched my homie die. I want to see a lot of y'all wake up and keep a level head after that." Lil Durk and Quando Rondo beef. Despite the fact that the authorities are yet to connect Quando Rondo's attack to Lil Durk, it hasn't stopped Lil Durk from beefing with Quando Rondo and calling him out on diss tracks. One of the tracks, which was set to be released with Durk's album collab with Lil Baby, had a diss track for Quando Rondo. Although the song was never released, Lil Durk called out Quando on the track Durk Rap. "And we took L's for sure. But in Chicago, they know we winning for sure. You do it for what? Better not say that you do it for them. Be tough." That was the moment he ran and he knew he ain't ducked, and it's out of luck. We do it for Von. We don't wait till it dies down. We load and we do it tomorrow. Lil Durk threw these words at Quando Rondo, who had just at the time released an interview that he filmed with Angela Yee inside a Rolls Royce. Lil Durk said, "The Rolls Royce better be bulletproof, Lil. You know we're gonna shoot at the stars," he said. Durk received media backlash for coming at Quando Rondo, but he had a reply for those who called him out. He simply said he wasn't coming at anybody in particular, and he never called any names on the verse. Durk wrote on his Instagram story, "I never said a lame name. Stop lying on me, y'all." Checkmark emoji. As much as fans of both Quando and Lil Durk wanted to believe that Durk wasn't taking jabs at Quando, it was difficult because Quando Rondo himself had also dissed Lil Durk in one of his music videos. Quando Rondo was called out after releasing a music video for his single Soul Reaper, after having a Lil Durk lookalike in the video, which he appears to sneak up on and take down. Once the video caught more attention, Quando Rondo set the record straight with the post on his Instagram story where he wrote, "These fans make anything up. Don't even be thinking like that." Aside from dissing Lil Durk in his songs, Quando Rondo also spoke ill of Lil Durk's brother D-Thang after he was taken out at a club in Chicago, Illinois. 4 months after D-Thang passed in June 2021, Quando Rondo released a song where he supposedly dissed Lil Durk and took responsibility for the tragic incident that took D-Thang's life. In October 2021, Quando released the track Time Spent where he said, "Looks like that dissing in them songs got your brother killed." Quando added in the song, "Not even $1 million can change the way your mother feels." While Quando didn't mention D-Thang by name, fans of both rappers were convinced that Quando's lyrics were subliminal jabs at Durk. Lil Durk never addressed the diss track nor Quando Rondo's claims to taking responsibility for his brother's passing. Durk has been known to brag about his ops who got taken out in his music. At the time, there was some speculation that D-Thang's tragic incident may have been linked to Durk's music. However, after the tragic incident, Lil Durk revealed that he would no longer diss his late ops in his music. Quando Rondo speaks on his relationship with Lil Durk. Although Lil Durk may not like Quando Rondo due to the events of King Von's tragic passing, it wouldn't change the fact that Quando Rondo once saw him as a music legend in May 2020. Just a couple of months before the tragic incident with King Von, Quando Rondo said in an interview that he saw Lil Durk as a legend, and Durk wasn't even being recognized for his talent in the industry. Quando Rondo admired Lil Durk, and when he was talking about him in an interview, Quando said, "Look at these rappers now who are weird, and they become a legend in 2 months. It's like there's no hope for people like me. I used to listen to Lil Durk when I was 12, and he was on the XXL cover and like that. He's the reason why young say ops, and I feel like don't love Durk. That man has set a lot of trends, and look how long he's been rapping." Even after the tragic incident with King Von, Quando Rondo kept to his words about Lil Durk. According to Quando Rondo, he believed he had a good relationship with Lil Durk before the incident. In his interview with Angela Yee, Quando Rondo talked about the song he and Lil Durk had collaborated on. He believed they had a future of making more music together.
Relationship with the big bro, not want to say his name. Not, you feel me? You know what I'm talking about, the dude that was on my album.
Okay.
Like, it was all love with us from my understanding.
I've heard you say positive things about him.
Quando Rondo revealed that Lil Durk was on his album as he featured Lil Durk and YSL Gunna in his song Other Side. According to him, he had more respect for Lil Durk after he featured his song for free. He saw him as a legend who tried to help younger upcoming artists, so he didn't exactly understand where the hate came from on the night of the incident. While Quando showered praises on Lil Durk, despite the feud between them, fans couldn't help but dig into the past of Lil Durk and Quando Rondo's relationship. It was discovered that Lil Durk himself had a good relationship with Quando Rondo, and he had seen good potential in Quando. Back in 2019, Lil Durk sat down for an interview with Diamond Cuts, and she asked him about the artist he was feeling at the time. The first artist Lil Durk mentioned was Quando Rondo.
Who do you listen to for motivation? Who did you grow up listening to? Who's some of your favorites? Like top 5, top.
I could be here all day, name.
You just give me like 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, but I like embracing the youth too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like Quando. Like I like Chopper.
Oh yeah.
You know, of course, Baby Gunna.
Yeah.
Of course, Meek, Future, like them. But I like as the youth.
However, all of that has changed between the rappers. Quando Rondo speaks on King Von's passing. Quando Rondo has no doubt had a tough time since King Von passed. He's lost contracts, gigs, and a lot of relationships in the rap industry. With all of the allegations put on his name, Quando was forced to speak about what actually happened on that fateful night of King Von's hit. He had an interview with Angela Yee where he gave his account of how it all went down. According to Quando Rondo, he had gone to the club alongside his crew members on the fateful night. However, he didn't go into the club because he wanted to take a nap. One of his homies, Timothy Leaks, aka Lil Tim, decided to stay back with him. While talking with Angela Yee about that night, it was quite obvious that Quando wasn't trying to make trouble with King Von.
I say, it's this amount to park right here. You feel me? I said, I'm not going in the club. I said, little boy, go in there, find you a little female or whatever, cuz. I'm like, you got 15 minutes, cuz. And I'm dipping. We about to go to the house. You feel me? My little brother's so thirsty, like, boy.
According to Quando Rondo, Lil Tim opted to stay with him in the car because it wasn't safe for him to be alone. My brother said, Lil Tim told me, "Lil bruh, I'm not about to let you sit in no car and go to sleep." Quando explains, "I'm about to sit in here and roll up." However, they had no idea how the night was going to play out for them. At the time the fight broke out, Quando Rondo claimed that an individual slapped him for no reason. "I'm thinking these were some regular individuals," he said. "So I'm letting this group come by. Next thing you know, hit me." However, Lil Tim was with him through it, and he protected Quando throughout the fight. Sadly, he was charged with firing the pistol that took King Von's life. According to witnesses present at the scene, King Von and his goons were the aggressors in the fight, and they had, in fact, threatened Quando Rondo's guys, which caused the fight to escalate.